This is Gerald Brents with J. Don McCullough and Plano Wildcat Football Show. And, Coach, that game Friday night against Plano West was a great high school football game. Tremendous crowds on both sides. The Plano side, but also Plano West had a really good crowd, very vocal crowd, and there was a lot of factors going into the game. Flower Mound Marcus had to beat Hebron. Plano had to beat Plano West. There was a lot of drama. Yeah. It all turned out your way, didn't it?
Well, that we were hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. But, the thing that we tried to do is dwell on what we could control. And our kids, I think, handled it great. Our leadership on our team was great. However, it didn't go exactly like we had planned. Plano West came out there, and we knew they would. They're a proud program. They're well coached. Proud programs don't go down without a fight. So we knew it was going to be tough. But when they jumped up to a 14-point lead, and they hit a couple explosive plays on us, to say the least, we were kind of reeling. But Connor got us back out there and got us back on the board. And Still Hetcher was our offensive player of the week. I think he had almost 100 yards and 2 TDs. And defensive player of the week was Colin Brents. Had a whole bunch of tackles and 2 interceptions. And it was great. We were able to come back and hold off. It was a very intense game. And then, of course, all the drama that was going on in the stands. Of course, we didn't know anything about it. We had already asked the announcer not to announce it. And at the very, very end, somebody tapped me on the tail and said, "Coach McCullough, Marcus won 22-21." And of course, we were fixing to take the victory snap. So we started telling the kids, and everybody kind of started celebrating. It was kind of weird because before the West game was over, but it eventually ended, and then they dumped something over me. And so, but anyway, it was neat. It was a night that I'll always remember because of the way we won it. The way the year went, it was so extremely difficult, and it took a lot of resiliency by the team. And then on top of that, it was senior night, and so, I've been coaching 25 years, and I can't remember not ever going to the locker room. But most people didn't even go to the locker room. We just stayed out on the field and celebrated with
both teams did. Both teams. Plano West stayed out on the field. I thought it was talking to Coach Hughes about it a little while ago. I really thought it showed great class by both sides. That it was Plano West last game was a very emotional deal for them too, and they came out on the field and took a lot of pictures, and the Plano kids and the Plano West kids. There was really no animosity. It was. I really enjoyed watching it myself, and I was really proud of everybody.
Well, to me, it really. We all want to win. We live in a very competitive society, and so you really can't do anything and not be a competitor. But at the same time, I think you got to put things in perspective. We want to win. We want to do it the right way. We want to do it with class. We want to do it with character. And really, competing's about trying to beat the other person out on the field. But once it's over, competitors usually have a lot of respect for each other, and so we have a lot of respect for them. It's not a hate thing. It's not a yell and scream thing. It's a thing that we're just trying to win, and they're trying to win, and we wouldn't respect them if they didn't. So, Plano West and Plano East, they've got good programs and good kids and good parents just like we do. So you got to keep it all in perspective. But, I'm proud of our program and the direction we're going, and it was a special night.
You got to feel good about your kicking game right now. Chris Moore is really doing. He's been on a roll these last few games, and really did a good job the other night.
Right. Well, the thing that special teams. It's as important as any the other 2 phases of the game, and Chris Moore's getting hot right here at the right time. He's punting well. He's kicking field goals. He's kicking off very, very well. So we're excited about that. A couple other kids that have really come through for us. Our deep snapper, Bobby Gabler, he's done an outstanding job for us all year. And, of course, Brandon Wynn, he's done an outstanding job. He's a receiver, and we put him on the kickoff team. He wouldn't get to play very much. And, man, he's been lights out. Man, he's been going down there making tackles inside the 20-yard line. Really proud of him, number 9, Brandon Wynn. And, of course, Colin Brents, he's kind of been our Bill Bates of the Plano Wildcats. He's just done an outstanding job in all our kicking game. And so, of course, it was really funny. We felt like one of the most important plays of the game the other night was our fake field goal. We got it from Michigan State, and we didn't actually catch it, but it was well executed. And because of the way Colin threw it, it forced the defender to have to try to go and get it. And when he did that, he got a PI, and we were able to get a first down. And eventually we got 7 points out of it. So that was a big part of the win. And so, yeah, the kicking game's playing a big part for us. And Coach Thomas, the special teams coordinator, has done a tremendous job for us.
Okay, well, let's take a look at these highlights. Okay, Coach, the fans have been asking me, about why Plano has to travel and go to Coppell, and the story about it. We couldn't guarantee a game. We didn't know if Plano was going to be in the playoffs, and that's the way the playoffs work, especially the first round and into the second round, because there's so many teams locking up spots that can guarantee the game, and you couldn't do that, and so. We ended up flipping home and home, which I noticed in the newspaper. Several other teams flipped home and home for the first round too, and lost the flip. Plano flipped for Friday night at Clark Stadium versus 1 o'clock at Coppell. A lot of fans it's interesting about in the book Friday Night Lights. Of course, that was one of the best chapters about how the playoff negotiations between Permian and Dallas Carter. Mm-hmm. But it's that way every week when you get into the playoffs. And right. But you know what? It's going to be a great environment, and the Plano fans will turn out big time. Well,
we're looking forward to it, and it's all what you have right up here, and our attitude and our mentality is we're going to go over and we're going to take Coppell Cowboy Stadium over, and we're going to make it a home game. It's a Saturday afternoon game at 1 o'clock. I remember in 1994 we went down to Ratliff Stadium in Odessa and beat them 10-0. We'd lost a coin flip on home and home, and so this isn't the first time Plano's done this, and I can guarantee you the Plano faithful will be there, and it's going to be a tremendous athletic high school environment. So we're looking forward to the challenge. And the good news is, if we're able to win this game, most likely the next round will be at Cowboy Stadium. So you got to, we're just looking at it as a positive opportunity, and really our players hadn't said a word about it, and I'm real proud of them. We had a great lifting session this morning, looking forward to practice this afternoon, and hopefully install our game plan, and really everything's working towards Saturday.
Well, Coppell, you really have to be impressed with them. Coach McBride, great guy, great coach, and how the Coppell program has grown through the years, and they have a tremendous fan base, tremendous support from their program, and tremendous football team. One of the top 2 or 3 ranked teams in the state, depends on what poll that you want to look at. And but you know what, in the playoffs, it looks like the Division I side is really stacked. A lot of good teams. You're going to have to play them anyway. You play them in the first round, the second round, and the third round. They're coming. They're Coppell, Trinity, Allen, on and on and on and on. All great football programs. So it really doesn't matter, does it?
It really doesn't, and that's what makes high school playoffs so exciting and so fun to be a part of. Is just the fact that every moment could very well be a defining moment, and every moment might be your last moment. So it's exciting. I think the way you got to do it is you just got to take one game at a time, one play at a time. Be focused. It's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes. The team that wants to play on is committed to doing what it takes and to be prepared. These practices, we don't want them to end. And so I don't know. I know as those seniors watching them out on Clark Stadium Friday night, I realized looking up at the scoreboard and watching all the families and the parents and the seniors, I tell you what, you got to relish every second, every moment, because once it's gone, you can't get it back.
It really is that way, and even for the band, and the parents, and the drill team, and even just the student body, the reality hits you, when it's. That's the way things are, and you don't really appreciate things until it's gone, and it's a very emotional thing, and the Plano fans go generations deep, and in the playoffs many times, people come to playoff games that don't come to regular season games. That's the way it's always been with Plano, is that people kind of we'll wait till the playoffs start, and then we'll as a lot of fans do that, and. So what about those Plano fans?
Well, they're out there and they're everywhere, and it's amazing. We can be playing a different team, and I'll have somebody email me. I went to school at Plano, and I'm living over here in Flower Mound, and I just want you to know we're pulling for you tonight. So, they're everywhere, and like I said, I don't take it lightly. It's a privilege and honor to represent this program, and every day I try to do the very best that I can, do it the right way, be honest, be a person of integrity, and hopefully lead in a positive way for our student athletes. And like I said, I can't be more proud of our team, our coaches, our community. Friday night was one of those moments that is going to live on for a long time in my memory. So hopefully we can keep this thing going, and it'll start Saturday, 1 o'clock at Coppell Stadium, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, you go back to the crowd. I remember back when I was coaching that I'd think about them on Saturdays and Sundays, when you're grinding through the game plan, and you're really, it's a tough time. You're tired and you're worn out, and I think about those fans that keep coming out, really regardless of the record, and which is pretty amazing. And that would always motivate me on those weekends, and when the tough times. But I knew they were going to be there, and I was going to make sure that I gave a great effort. And I know the players appreciate them, and the coaches appreciate them, and it's a big deal. So Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Coppell Stadium. The stadium seats about 10,000, and of course the game will be on www.pisdathletics.net. And it will probably be on tape delay But if we can sell enough tickets 48 hours before the game, when we can declare the game a sellout, we have an opportunity possibly to put the game on live, and we'll just see how that goes. But regardless, whether you're going to be there in person or you're going to watch it on the internet, we appreciate Coach McCullough. We appreciate your support for all years. Coach, it's been a lot of fun. We'll have another show next week, and we'll see you next week.